Gemini, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I love you. I appreciate you so very much. If you are brand new to the channel or just cross-watching, make sure you come into Steampunk Psyche and check out some of the videos, okay? All right, we are going to get into the reading, and I'll shuffle up and we'll get started. Hey, just to let you know, Gemini, I have started Haiku Corner Poems. I do individualized poems for every reading. For your reading, I am going to give you 3 brand new poems. I will do that right before I start the reading, okay? I'm not trying to scare anybody off. I know everybody's a little impatient and they want their readings, but this just kind of sets the tone, all right? It helps me out. I like the music in the background. Anyway, just let me know if you like the readings or not. I've already pre-shuffled, but I'm just shuffling for you for transparency's sake. I'll lay out the cards, and I promise we'll go over them, okay? All right, current energy. Oh my, look at that. Lovers. All right, crossing challenge. Foundation. Recent past. Possibilities. Near future. The self. The environment. Hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. And the outcome and the direction. Gemini, I love you. I will be right back. I'm going to study these cards, but here are your brand new poems. Okay, Gemini, your reading starts off with the Lovers card. You are at a definite crossroads here. We're going to talk about it. Okay, your current energy, the Lovers. This is the moment where your heart and your mind are finally arguing loud enough, okay, that you can't pretend you don't hear it anymore, all right? This is a choice in love, a magnetic connection. You know, a person who feels like the one for you, all right? If the energy applies to you guys, take it. If it doesn't, move along, no big deal. Okay, even if the timing or the circumstances are messy in your life right now, there is someone definitely mirroring you, okay? Your desires, your fears, a super intensity energy here, okay? Someone you're deeply attracted to keeps popping up in your mind at random times, okay? This has got soulmate level connection, okay? This is where the chemistry is fucking ridiculous, okay? It's like I can feel you thinking about me, and I know this, right? You and someone are you know, trying to communicate long, intimate conversations, but it might be in the 5D right now, okay? And then it's followed by silence, and that feels very loaded, okay? It could be talking about a third-party situation where someone's choosing between you and another person, but you're comparing 2 people, one that's safe, one that's electric maybe. Doesn't have to apply, but could. If we're talking about the masculine energy here, there is a very intense eye contact taking place, you know. Somebody may have like brown or hazel eyes. They may keep circling back in your energy. If we're talking about a feminine energy here, this is someone who feels like home, okay, but scares you because maybe they see right through you. I'm not sure, okay? You could be seeing definite synchronicities around this energy, okay? Repeated numbers, songs that might be matching your situation, dreams of someone, definitely dreams, okay? Someone might be watching someone's social media here, but not really saying anything. Um, I feel like there is definitely some kind of a karmic tie that's resurfacing during the Gemini season. Listen, this is your card. Major Arcana Lovers represents Gemini. When Gemini shows up, we are definitely talking about you in this situation, right? Uh, this is hesitation before a text. Someone types, they delete, they retype. Someone looking at what you're posting or what you're doing or what they're, uh, finding out any information that they can, asking mutual friends about you, blah, 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 that type of energy, right? But if we are referring to the masculine energy, this is decisive, okay, but scared of vulnerability. If we're talking about the feminine nature here, we're definitely talking about intuitive and very emotionally open, just waiting for some clarity here, okay? Um, as far as synchronicities, again, like mirrored numbers, maybe deja vu, dreams, any like random reminders of this particular person. This is Gemini season, okay? Now we could be talking about 6 days here, okay? That puts you at the end of March, early April. So just take what applies, okay? Moving on into the challenge, right? The sun. I'm gonna be gentle with this one. The challenge is believing you deserve happiness, okay, without fucking sabotaging it, right? The sun as a challenge means clarity is definitely coming, but you might not like, like what it reveals at first, okay? It could also be talking about someone's ego here, right? Their pride, maybe their desire to look good, right? Maybe blocking out their own emotional honesty. We could be talking about like someone's acting confident but terrified of being exposed emotionally, right? It doesn't have to apply, just take what fits, but it's got that also a masculine energy, maybe someone's posting like some happy photos, but feeling empty as shit on the inside, okay? Going out and partying, posting up some pics and like, hey, look at me, everything's fine, but deep down they're suffering, okay? This is definitely a mirrored image, okay, or a mirrored situation. Someone's pretending they're fine, after like a breakup or something like that, but still checking a page could apply to somebody. A person who maybe loves attention, but struggles to choose like intimacy or something like that over their validation, whatever. But I feel like you're really waiting for someone to finally say what they feel here. Okay, this could talk about a truth, maybe a third party that about a third party or something like that that comes to light. Um, it could also maybe express someone's child or like family obligations or something like that, complicating some type of connection. We do have the child reference in there. A career opportunity, distracting someone. Um, it's got that I'm afraid to hope because, hope's really just kind of burned me before. I really feel like it's like a rejection type situation, maybe. Um, as far as like a human behavior, we're talking like, you know, uh, could be like an overposting or forced positivity, avoiding some real deep conversations, smiling through discomfort. Um, as far as a masculine energy, it's definitely prideful and guarded, okay? And in the feminine position, it's hopeful, but cautious, okay? Synchronicities. We could be talking about Leo energy here, or something like the end of July, maybe the end of August, or through August. Anyway, definitely like it's got a Leo type energy. We do have the sun representing Leo there as well. So, moving on, we are looking at the foundation. What's lying underneath here? Okay, this part might sting just a little bit, but I'm saying it with total love. Okay. Something ended because it had to, or something is about to end because it has to. A cycle or a pattern, a version of yourself, definitely going through some changes, right? This is the no going back card, okay? A transformation. This is the card that changed the entire landscape of your love life, right? Maybe this is a breakup, that maybe forced you to grow or could be in the near future here. I'm not sure, but like a karmic relationship that's ending abruptly. Okay, this is someone that maybe ghosted you, and then this forced you into this kind of a self-worth evaluation stage, right? Stop chasing someone, maybe who breadcrumbs or is giving breadcrumbs, or a third party situation that's collapsed, whatever. But this is like cutting off those toxic ass patterns, over giving, over explaining, overthinking. We could be talking about like maybe like a job loss or a shift that changed definitely your priorities in something, a friendship ending or something, revealing like you found out about somebody's true ass colors finally. I don't know, shredding your old versions of yourself. Okay, but this is definitely like a withdrawal, silence, emotional shutdown, before the neutralizing situation, right? Before things become neutral. So the masculine energy is definitely this resisting change, and the feminine energy would be like surrendering, okay, to the new transformation. This might be a long shot, but there could be synchronicities around this time or around this energy, like, I don't know, seeing like butterflies, or like, maybe black feathers, like the crow feathers or something. It's kind of got like a Scorpio type energy. I don't know. Somebody could be dealing with a Scorpio in their energy, like, or specific dates like October 22nd, or anytime from the 23rd through November 21st, somewhere in that area. Definitely like Scorpio season. Something could apply to somebody here. Okay, we're going to move on though. We are moving now into the recent past. If I can get my damn fingers here. Here we go. We have the Eight of Swords, okay? Soft landing here. But this is about the mental cage, not failure. I'm going to repeat that. This is just about a mental phase, not failure, okay? You felt stuck, right? Trapped, unable to move forward. This is mostly because of overthinking things, okay? This is the waiting for someone to text back and just spiraling out, right? Maybe feeling like you can't leave a particular situation, even though you want to, okay? Staying in a job, that you probably hate, or staying in a relationship just out of fear, not knowing where to go, what to do, blah, blah, blah. This is overanalyzing every single message, perhaps feeling watched, or feeling like you're being judged or something. It's got that being afraid to express your feelings, okay? Maybe this is like for someone that feels like they're just not enough, okay? Comparing yourself to others in ways like that, a current partner or somebody's ex or something like that. I don't know. But this is also maybe got that feeling trapped by, like finances. I don't feel like I can move towards this person or anything until I get my finances right. Or, what would they think if I don't make enough money, or blah, 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 blah. But could be that this is a masculine energy also, stuck in his head, not in his heart, just stuck in the headspace. Okay. So this has got the avoidance, silence, the procrastination, anxiety type energy. If we're talking about the masculine, definitely frozen, okay? And if we're speaking about the feminine here, this is just overthinking, okay? Again, like, synchronicities, definitely like birds, okay? It's giving me that, like, I don't know, like the raven type. That could apply to somebody here, but I've got like birds in my mind here, okay? All right, moving on now into the possibilities. The Ace of Cups, all right? A new emotional beginning, definitely. A love offering, Uh, if we want to if we want to interpret this, in context, it's kind of like there is a love that's blooming, a real offer, a real opening, a real chance here about. This is divine, okay? This is someone finally expressing their feelings, whether it's you or another person. A new relationship that begins like unexpectedly. It could also talk about like a pregnancy, or someone in the family. There's some good news, something like that. But this could also represent like a reconciliation, with definitely emotional honesty involved here. It could be, I don't know, like a crush that definitely is becoming mutual. I don't know. Maybe a masculine is deciding to, going to send out a long message, or something that's a little more vulnerable, right? Or a feminine that's, maybe softens up a little bit, lets someone in. It's got that, it's a softness card, right? It's gentle, it's love. Pisces energy as well. Cups are involved here, so you could be dealing with a Pisces energy. This is like, I don't know, first date feeling like destiny, maybe an awakening that's triggered you, out of love or something like that. But definitely like a soulmate type connection here. Okay, something that could deepen. Okay, um, I don't know. It's got that. To me, it's got like a blushing type energy, right? Um, Emotional openness. Yeah. So synchronicities as well. We could talk about maybe, I don't know, like rain songs or something like that. Something about hearts. Something about water signs. I don't know. Take what fits. All right. Moving on into the near future. Now we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Um, this is feminine energy becoming emotionally central. Okay, we did have the death card representing that neutrality. Okay, and that's what that's talking about. This is intuitive, nurturing, very magnetic, um, emotional maturity, softness, deep connections. Okay, it's written all in the cards here. This is definitely some kind of a high soulmate type connection here that we're talking about. Okay, could be somebody who has like very expressive eyes, possibly like a, blue or green. That could be important for somebody here, but someone opens up emotionally in a way that maybe they never have before. Okay, a confession of love, or maybe a nurturing type partner entering into your life. We're also talking about aspects of this card that represent like the psychic or intuitive energies. Um, if we're talking about like a feminine energy here, this could be being that this person pulls back maybe to protect their heart. Um, this could be someone who's dreaming about you. You could be dreaming about somebody else. Excuse me. It could also represent like a romantic gesture or something like that. Maybe like flowers, a heartfelt message. I don't know, a healing type conversation. But it's definitely got softness. Like emotional honesty, intuitive responses, that type of deal. So definitely a feminine dominant energy here. As far as synchronicities are concerned, we could be talking about like, water signs, any of the water signs. So like, what Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer could be in your timeline here, but also like moon imagery, something about the moon here, maybe. Okay, and also like just the number 4 itself. So 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months from now. Um, I'd have to even look at the calendar here again. So let's like, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time with that. I'm going to move on with that. Somebody be like, nope, I'm done. All right, moving on now. We are looking at the self. All right, we have the 9 of Swords. Now, listen, I'm going to hold your hand for this one. All right, you're exhausted from thinking, over worrying, right? Replaying shit over in your head over and over, analyzing everything. You're a Gemini. That's what you do, right? This is like you're carrying fears that aren't fully real, or maybe aren't even really yours, and it's that it gives you that late night anxiety, and probably centered around love, fear of abandonment, fear of repeating like old patterns, you know, um, maybe perhaps you're just overthinking someone's silence here, maybe feeling a little bit guilty for wanting something more in your life, feeling like maybe you're too much. It does represent also like nightmares or restless sleep, emotional burnout, that type of deal. But it really has that human behavior. It's like crying in private, not letting anybody know. Like I said, I'm going to hold your hand, right? It's insomnia, withdrawing. The energy has got, a touch of the masculine guilt here, but it also has the feminine, like an emotional overwhelming, okay? So as far as synchronicities, we're definitely talking about nighttime imagery. Again, I get like ravens, black crows, rain, any synchronicities in songs that really just have that, kind of just, I don't know, puts a sting on the heart space there. So I'm going to move out of that. All right, I'm going to move out. Now we're talking about the environment, right? Someone's waiting. Someone is watching. Someone is evaluating you. I told you this is a definite connection. Okay. This is a patient person, slow, um, potential, someone assessing whether or not to invest. Okay, this could be you facing that, but I really feel like this is external. Okay, if it's the masculine energy, we're talking about they're planning their next move. Okay. If we're talking about, the feminine energy, it's waiting for consistency. But this is long-term connection that's developing slowly. Okay. It could be someone is saving their money, for a move or something like that, or, waiting for that commitment. This has got delayed messages in it, a job opportunity that's requiring a lot of patience, a relationship that's going to grow over months, not just days, but over months, over time. Someone that's really wanting to do it right. Okay. A person who might be afraid of just rushing shit. It's the same old, right? So, as far as like a human behavior, it's definitely slow replies, maybe thoughtful messages, with long pauses in between here. Okay, so this could apply to somebody, but take what fits. So, in the masculine energy, it's planning. In the feminine energy, it's kind of the waiting. So it's that push, pull, push, pull. Synchronicities, probably anything to do with gardening. Somebody could be a gardener here. Somebody could really, be like a plant lover. Definite earth signs here. Okay. So, Taurus might be in your timeline, Virgo, Capricorn, something like that. Doesn't have to be, but could be. All right. Hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. Okay. This is, you want the real thing, right? This has got that, happy life, happy wife, happy husband, happy life, but maybe you're scared it won't happen for you. Okay. This has got the dream potential, right? Family, emotional fulfillment, long-term love, wanting that soulmate connection. Okay. Fear of maybe losing someone you love. Okay. Wanting a marriage or a commitment of some kind. Definitely the fear of like a repeating family patterns, if we want to look at the aspect of that. But we're talking about, this is dreaming of a future with someone. This could be somebody looking at you as, hey, I could definitely see you as, the potential to be my partner in life here, right? It could be talking about blending of family, uh, fear of being vulnerable in that situation, right? But definitely it's got that daydreaming, fantasizing, emotional longing kind of energy here. If we're talking about both, we're talking about a very balanced energy. We have both, gender specific here, but doesn't have to apply. Okay. But it represents the male female, but we are talking about in this day and age, I don't give a shit. That doesn't apply to me. It's lovers. Okay. Definite lovers. So rainbows could be in synchronicities here, family imagery. Yeah, nice. We're moving on. We have the outcome and the direction. This is where the truth comes out. It's knowing the answer before it comes, without words ever being said, without anything being spoken. You know the answer. A secret definitely revealed here. Okay, um, this is a knowing that becomes undeniable. This is both of you. You know this. A spiritual connection that's definitely deepening. You sense someone's feelings before they say them. Um, I don't know. Confessions come out of nowhere. Maybe the secret crush is finally revealed. Psychic dreams. Um, Maybe like this telepathy. A telepathic moment that inspires you to make a move or something like that. I don't know. If we're talking about a feminine energy here, it's definitely holding sacred knowledge. If we're talking about a masculine energy, it might be finally admitting what they feel. Okay. Definitely a spiritual awakening of some kind, karmic cycles that are over with. This is the quiet knowing, intuitive nudges, subtle signs, right? Uh, this is the fire, the feminine dominant right here. Okay. Somebody could be seeing, as far as synchronicities, like symbols of the moon. She does represent the triple moon goddess. So moons could be, like I said, we've seen that twice already. So maybe like initials, somebody's initials, uh, more dreams, things like that. So this is absolutely a wonderful, intense, very. I feel like it's a connection that chooses you back here. Okay, um, you're standing at a crossroads, not because of people, but because of old patterns and new possibilities. We saw that in the cards. Okay, the sun is challenging you to believe that you deserve joy without sabotaging it, right? Death is showing you, the transformation that you've already survived. You know, the Eight of Swords is, you know, it's revealing how much of your fear is like leftover residue. You know, it's not your current truth. It's the illusion card, right? The Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups. This is emotional renewal here, Gemini. This is a confession, a deepening. Um, Someone in your environment is waiting and they're watching and they're planning. Yeah, I totally agree, Tigger Boy. Give me just a minute. My grandkitty wants to speak. Uh, Gemini, I love you so much. This is a beautiful reading. If this is confirmation for you, if you feel this in your heart space, give it a thumbs up, would you? I'm going to leave the cards where they are. I hope you got confirmation. I hope this helps. If it did, let me know, would you? Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you. I love you. I respect you. And I hope I get to see you on the next readings, okay? All right. Bye-bye.